Hey, Doug Radke here from KOG Hospitality, and today I want to talk about two things: connection and ghost kitchens. Here's the thing: we often think of connecting with others as having this heart to heart talk in which we share our deepest thoughts and emotions or open up about hard to discuss feelings or events in our lives. That is certainly connecting, but connection goes much further than that and is something that I actually refer to much more in my new book, Hacking the New Normal. But looking at connection from a business perspective, customer connection is still the most important part of the sales cycle. The sales cycle, or what many of us like to refer to as the customer journey, is where we live or die by the connection between business and customer. It is no longer all about the start of the journey or the customer acquisition. It's about consumer retention and what happens surrounding the sale of food, drink, or accommodations that makes you memorable to your market. Within this industry, while many want convenience, they also want a memorable experience, whether it's on premise or off premise. But to create conversations and connection and experiences, you have to first understand the new customer profile. As restrictions begin to lift and as vaccines become more widely distributed, the general population will have more opportunity to once again readjust some of their eating, drinking, travel, and spending habits. So how you anticipate and prepare for this will determine the recovery or success of your business. But one thing we cannot forget is this: remember, as humans, we are also sociable. We will want to get out and meet with friends and family again over food and drink. And as operators and even consumers ourselves, I know we have all missed the conversations, the laughter, the experiences, the travel, the memories, the social interactions often found within our favorite restaurants, bars, and hotels. And I know we have all missed that stranger who instantly becomes a friend, or that Instagrammable cocktail or handcrafted meal made just moments ago, or connecting with friends after a long day at work for some simple fun and escape, or watching the game with a bar full of cheering fans. The energy, the culture, the diversity, the sights of our favorite destinations, the places to see and be seen and to share with our growing social networks. All of this was, for the most part, ripped away from our normal day-to-day lives. But those feelings, those emotions, and those connections will return, and this industry will prevail. And in fact, I would 100% bet on it. Look at what happened after the Spanish flu era that everyone keeps comparing this virus to. Look at the Roaring '20s, the movement of people, the gatherings, the parties, the dancing, the inventions, and the consumer spending. When you study that era, it's full of energy. Without even mentioning the effects of the fairly recent war, you wouldn't suspect 50 million or more people had recently died around the world due to a viral pandemic. There was accelerated consumer demand. It was a period of economic prosperity. And for me, it was absolutely incredible to look back and learn about. Now, things are significantly different than the 1920s. It's interesting to always study the elements of human behavior, though, because that in itself rarely changes when you really dig deep down. But looking forward, while technology is evolving and concepts such as ghost kitchens seem to be all of the talk, the brands that will be sustainable will be the ones that still find ways to connect with their community. They will be the ones who are flexible to meet the demands of both tech-forward consumers and those looking for more social experiences as we navigate the newest version of the Roaring '20s. Ghost kitchens, they will have their space in the market. Don't get me wrong. They will provide solutions to get through 2021. There is no hiding the fact they're growing exponentially right now. But it too will likely oversaturate in the coming months and years to the point where it is all built on discounted food and beverage. A ghost kitchen, in its traditional sense, will also not be in a position to cater to that pent-up demand of those looking to get out in the community, to be seen, to be entertained, and to connect with others. Now, I'm not saying to not open a ghost kitchen. I am more than happy to discuss the opportunity, and I'm in a position to help you open a very successful one, but there are things to consider to ensure it is scalable, sustainable, profitable, memorable, and consistent. The one thing you don't want to do is fall into this quick investment trap. As an independent group that may be looking at this as an opportunity, I urge you to use caution when looking at the ghost kitchen model. The reason is because the ones that will win will be the ones that provide the right balance with a level of connection, more so like a virtual kitchen, like the Absurd Kitchen Company brand that we created back in 2020. And another example is adding the concept of a ghost kitchen to an already ongoing food and beverage operation or restaurant would actually make a lot more sense, where you are now more of, again, a virtual kitchen versus that of a ghost kitchen, basically adding a revenue stream to an unused kitchen, especially during government restrictions. But it all still allows flexibility for a brand to adjust itself when that consumer segment once again shifts. That right there makes a lot more sense if it is executed properly. And yes, there are also key differences between ghost kitchens and also virtual kitchens, but some will also argue with me that standalone ghost kitchen models are the future because they provide better labor, profit optimization, and lower real estate costs than that of a traditional restaurant. On the surface, right now, sure. But whose fault is that? What that shows me is that we had or have a broken business model within this industry. While we need to innovate, we also need to embrace and accept that change is needed. We need to 100% hit the reset button on this industry. However, it should not be by eliminating unique experiences and ways for consumers to connect with our brands, our people, and our community over food and drink, because I am confident in saying those times will return. We need to think multiple revenue channels through hybrid business models. The brands that will be successful are the ones that provide multiple ways of generating sales and generating their own data and authentically connecting with their target market. The ones that will have figured out the guest experience, the ways of personalization, and the level of connection needed for both online and offline experiences. They will be the ones that have figured out how to convert guests from third party into their own marketing channels. They will be the ones that have expanded out of the typical day parts with more catering and virtual experiences. They will be the ones that have been creating subscription models and unique outdoor experiences and safe indoor experiences and community-based partnerships, along with the re-evolution of food trucks and drive-thru. They will be the ones that know their target audience. They will be the ones that have curated a customer journey map and the ones who are finding ways to truly connect. And finally, they will be the ones with a focus on simplification, diversity, and culture. The success of the future will come to those who are in fact building a more hybrid style business model that still provides a level of connection. And all of this is possible with the right preparation, the right execution, and hopefully, you guessed it, strategic clarity.